Hello and welcome to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the special edition Renault 14. Hello and welcome back. In Quartzlight, if you don't know, we look at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. So if you think that might interest you, please consider subscribing. Now, today is your Saturday show called the Saturday Special, where we've started looking at special edition versions of cars. Today's is for the Renault 14 TS Regency. TS was already a high spec car and this added a few more niceties. So let's have a look at today's brochure. So here is today's brochure, the Renault 14 TS, as it tells us. So this special edition is based on the 14 TS called the Regency. Now this was a special edition for the UK market in 1981. I think we'll start by zooming in on this image of this Renault 14. Okay, so here it is, the Renault 14. I always quite like the style of the Renault 14. It ended up getting the nickname the Pear because of this sort of pear-shaped design. Unfortunately, they had a tendency to rust very badly, so also ended up with a bit of the nickname the Rotten Pear. Interesting, these handles, aren't they, with the button above. That's quite unusual. Like I said, this is a special edition, and the TS was already a very high spec car, and this added more equipment, so this was a particularly well spec car for 1981. You got these interesting gold stripes, as long as and there's other extras we'll have a look at, but also these nice alloy wheels. Notice just the three nuts on the wheels there, as many French cars at the time had. Only available in this one colour for this special edition, this sort of burgundy maroon colour. I think it was called Bordeaux, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. But let's open the brochure up and see what other extras you got. So as we open up, we get some really nice shots of this particular special edition. I think it's actually this brochure does a better job than the Ford special editions that we looked at for this sort of same time period. It's a bigger brochure, we get more nice shots, and it kind of like features the extras a little bit nicer, I think. But we'll go through these images and then it goes to the price and then lists the features you could get. Another image here from the front, and you notice all the images are parked next to very expensive houses. Almost doesn't really fit in the pictures, but I guess it's going with that Regency theme. You can still got the TS badge on there, even though it's a special edition version. So you got a little bit of a pop-up sunroof with this model. These nice seats, which weren't particularly for the Regency, but I quite like the styling of those Renault seats. And it also shows a bit of an image of the back seats, but more important, those blinds at the back, they came with the Regency as one of the options for this special edition. Not one of the options, one of the standard features, I mean. A little bit of a look on the inside. You got a bit of a fancy radio, which we'll have a look at the description in a moment. Interesting gauges as well. Like I said, the TS was already a well equipped car, so you can see, electric windows on there, and an unusual place to put a clock and what looks like the water temperature gauge by the looks of it, and a few more other controls. Strange how Renault kind of like scattered their buttons everywhere when competitors like Citroën used to really put all the controls right around the steering wheel. I think Citroën did a better job of that at this time. A look at the interior, quite a sporty looking steering wheel actually, well equipped, so you've got a rev counter on there as well. And then another look at it from the rear. Like I say, I always quite like the design actually of the 14. More images of it next to a nice house. And then just one more image I guess highlighting that sunroof. So this is kind of the extra sort of equipment you got on this Regency version. So you got this fancy radio stereo cassette player, which, you know, would have been quite fancy in its time. Tinted glass panel sunroof, special custom stripes, leather rimmed steering wheel, those rear sun blinds, and those rather nice alloy wheels, all for the price of £5,135.32. So a very well equipped car, because like I said, the TS was already well equipped. You got things like some electric windows, etc. But we'll have a look at some of the features on the back. Okay, so the Renault 14 TS Regency, these are the specifications. So it starts off by telling us to present this special limited edition, only 650 to be sold. So I wonder if there's any of these even left, because it would have been a rare car even then. Of the excellent and successful Renault 14 TS, Renault have added a number of luxury items to the already comprehensive list of equipment. The tinted transparent sunroof, adjustable according to needs, together with the sun blinds, will ensure you're driving comfortable whatever the weather. Add the super radio stereo cassette player, the leather trim steering wheel, and externally the custom stripes and smart alloy wheels, and you'll have a car to be proud of. And it carries on telling you about the specification. I'm not going to read all this out, but of course you can pause the screen at any time. So this one had a 1360cc engine. A little bit of information about the suspension. Transmission, just a 4-speed, but remember this is 1981, so early. Kind of like almost up to 5-speed gearbox time. All synchromesh though. Braking system. Discs at front, drums at rear, which, you know, quite normal for the time. Tells us a maximum speed of 100 miles per hour. And then it gives you some information about the weight and the fuel consumption, telling us at a steady 56 miles per hour, it's doing 44.1 miles per gallon. Colour, Bordeaux, and then it tells you about the standard equipment. A lot of this is what you got on a TS, so like I say, high equipped to start with. So we've got those pedal style wraparound front seats, which are very interesting, with adjustable head restraints, folding rear seat, day night internal rear view mirror, 2 external driving mirrors. So, you know, remember this time a lot of cars didn't even have a mirror on the passenger side, remember. Driver sun visor with pocket, 2-speed windscreen, wash wipe, side window demister, electric rev counter, electronically operated front windows, central console with quartz clock, halogen H4 headlamps, electromagnetic door locks, reversing lights, rear fog lamp, map reading light, tinted windows, laminated windscreen, rear wash wipe. So very well equipped. And a bit more information about the electrics and the capacities. And then still further, this little brochure is still showing us more pictures of this special edition. Kind of like pointing out the rear wash wipe, no doubt, but you can see how that's going to be badged as well. The pop-up sunroof. A little bit of look how practical it is there, and also showing those rear blinds. So there we go, that is today's brochure for the Renault 14 Regency. Very well equipped car. Yeah, it wasn't really, I wouldn't describe it as a cheap special edition, but it was certainly a well equipped special edition. Lots of features, and remember this is 81, so compare that to other cars and it's pretty well equipped. Let me know if you do actually remember this special edition for your Saturday special episode of Quarterlight. If you've not done so already, please do like and subscribe. Have a great weekend, of course. Take care. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye.